The following is a talk given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on January 29th, 2015 in New Delhi, India. The talk was about pastimes with Srila Prabhupada.
So here in Delhi, tomorrow is Ekadashi.
So here in Delhi, tomorrow is Ekadashi.
Since Dwadashi is the Maharaja Avirbhav,
Since Dwadashi is the Mahavaraha Avirbhav,
I'll fast till noon.
Huh?
I'll fast till noon.
we'll fast till noon.
And remember Maharaja.
And remember Mahavaraha.
And then Sunday is Nityananda Trayodasi.
And then Sunday is Nityananda Trayodashi.
So the next 3 days are Bhakti Takt.
So the next 3 days are Bhakti Pact.
This year, from June to July,
This year, from June to July,
is the Purushottam month.
is the Purushottam month.
So I'll give some more details later.
So we'll give some more details later.
But that's a special month that comes once in 3 years.
But that's a special month that comes once in 3 years.
And one can get a lot of spiritual sukriti in that month.
And one can get lots of spiritual sukriti in that month.
So today we're continuing with our discussion on Srila Prabhupada.
So today, we're continuing on our discussion on Srila Prabhupada.
Maharajas, you have any questions?
This question is from Vishwambar Kripa Das, the devotee who is involved in the book project, Prabhupada in Calcutta, Prabhupada birthplace of Calcutta. The question is, we want to know that how Maidan Pandal program management was done. We know that His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami and His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj were called from Mumbai for further helping in Maidan Pandal program. You were there and Achyutananda Maharaj was there. We recently came across advertisement of Maidan Pandal program in newspaper during that time, Statesman from National Library in Calcutta. We know you mentioning that you did purchasing vegetable for devotees and take care of devotees' health. We wish to know as much detail as possible for entire management, publicity and services. Also, we want to know about the installation of Radha Govinda in Pandal program. So first is, on this, if you can elaborate more on how the whole management of the Pandal program was done in Maidan.
Was asking this?
Vishwambar Kripa Das is one of the devotee who is involved in that book project, Calcutta, the birthplace of Srila Prabhupada. They have went through all your, they listened to all your recordings that you did here in Delhi. So from that they have recorded these questions to interview you in detail after listening to the lectures you gave on Prabhupada.
They are good to tell me early in the day.
It would be good to tell me early in the day.
I can think the whole day of details.
I can think the whole day about the details.
What?
Letter from Srila Prabhupada. Camp Baba Bal Mukund, Gita Bhavan Mar, Indore MP, Madhya Pradesh, December 13th, 1970. My dear Jayapataka Maharaj, actually December 13th is also your father's birthday, Guru Maharaj, your former ashram father's birthday. I just noticed today while filling up the visa application form. My dear Jayapataka Maharaj, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 9th December 1970. You write to say, we notice that even the communist protesters can't help smiling and answering back, Hari Bol. So there is sufficient hope to reform them by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Kali Yuga is the fallen age undoubtedly, and there are different varieties of fallen souls. In Calcutta, the so-called disturbance makers are also some of them. I went to America and some of the souls were accepted by Lord Chaitanya. And today, the Bengal being Lord Chaitanya's place, they are in such pitiable condition. So I wish that some of you among my American disciples may try to reclaim these fallen souls to the order of Lord Chaitanya's Vaishnavite platform. When I was in Calcutta, many nationalite and communist youths used to see me. They were arguing with me, but I defeated them smilingly. They left after offering me their respects. I think they can also be reformed, provided we diagnose and administer the proper medicine for them. I am not very much hopeless about Calcutta situation, or even if there is some risk, we should try to reform them. And if we are successful, the people of India will hail us to great estimation and adoration, and that will give us good impetus for pushing on our movement, Krishna consciousness. Although there are many places in Calcutta we can have at cheap price, that is about about the Hamilton things, that I will read later. Now this is about the first thing is about the response of the youths, of the nationalites and communists.
As today, some of the youth are being
As today, some of the youths are being
programmed by the terrorists
programmed by the terrorists
that they should blow themselves up or do some destruction.
that they should blow themselves up and do some destruction.
And this will produce some good. And this will produce a good result.
That this will produce a good result.
No one sees how killing innocent people produces any good result.
But no one can see how killing good people can produce a good result.
Innocent people,
Killing innocent people.
for that matter, they don't have a very clear agenda.
For that matter, they don't have a very clear agenda,
Except to use violence.
except to use violence.
What they use it for, it's not clear.
But what they use it for is not clear.
How that will benefit anyone.
How that will benefit anyone.
So in Calcutta at that time, there were the Naxalites.
In Calcutta that time, there were the Maxilites.
And still there are Naxalites in parts of the Chhattisgarh,
Still there are nationalites in parts of Odisha,
Chhattisgarh,
Chhattisgarh,
the western part of Bengal,
the western part of Bengal,
and so on.
and so on.
One Naxalite youth told me that
One Naxalite youth told me that
he had killed many people,
he killed many people.
but when he came across Prabhupada's movement,
When he came across Prabhupada's movement,
he found that here were people that had some hope,
he found that here were people, they had some hope,
and they had a positive solution.
and they had a positive solution.
So he gave up his Naxalite terrorism.
To give up his Naxalite terrorism,
He gave up,
he gave it up,
and he became a devotee.
and he became a devotee.
Haribol,
Haribol.
Haribol. He's one of the leaders in ISKCON today.
He's one of the leaders in ISKCON today.
I won't mention his name.
I won't mention his name.
So, Prabhupada said he planted the seed.
Prabhupada said he planted the seed.
Prabhupada planted the seed.
Prabhupada planted the seed.
He would patiently talk to these youths with a smile on his face.
He would patiently talk to these youths with a smile on his face.
And the youths naturally were very angry
And the youths naturally were very angry
because of all what they saw as injustice.
because of all what they saw as injustice.
So Prabhupada, he would give them Krishna conscious solutions.
So Prabhupada, he would give them Krishna conscious solutions.
And he would speak to them
And he would speak to them
with real love and compassion,
with real love and compassion,
which I don't think anyone did before.
which I don't think anyone did before.
So, how many became devotees is not particularly calculated.
So how many became devotees is not particularly calculated.
But certainly Prabhupada had a tremendous effect on them.
But certainly, Prabhupada had a tremendous effect on them.
So Prabhupada would take a situation which was hopeless,
So Prabhupada would take a situation which was hopeless,
and he would inject it with hope.
and then he would inject it with hope.
He would speak to those leaders
He would speak to those leaders
and try to find out one soul who had a little fire of Krishna consciousness.
and try to find out one soul who had a little fire of Krishna consciousness.
And then he would fan that fire
And then he would fan that fire
until it would grow and grow
until it would grow and grow
and became a big fire.
and became a big fire.
So this was Prabhupada's way of dealing.
So this was Prabhupada's way of dealing.
He gave out mercy
He gave out mercy
in the West.
in the West.
Not that everybody took,
It's not that everybody took,
but some people took.
but some people took.
And those people, Prabhupada empowered,
And those people, Prabhupada empowered.
and they went out and they made other devotees.
And they went out and they made other devotees.
So this is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda.
So this is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda.
carried by Srila Prabhupada.
carried out by Srila Prabhupada.
So he would distribute it to everyone
So he would distribute it to everyone
without discrimination.
without discrimination.
You're hopeless, you're not.
You're hopeless, you're not.
He give out freely the mercy.
He would give out freely the mercy,
Just like Lord Nityananda gave to Jagai Madai.
just like Lord Nityananda gave to Jagai and Madhai.
Although there are many places in Calcutta we can have at cheap price, my advice is that you try to raise this 1 lakh of rupees for advancing to the Hamilton people and keep it ready. I have already sent you a telegram reading like the following. If they accept 6.2 lakhs, I will immediately go there to complete transaction. So if the Hamilton people accept the offer of 6,20,000, I shall immediately go and finish the transaction. I hope you have received the telegram and I am expecting your reply at any moment. The location of the Hamilton house is very nice and absolutely suitable for our purposes. In the meantime, I am also addressing one letter to the Hamilton Co., and the copy of which is enclosed herewith. Please do the needful. Keep yourself brave and fit to face the situation with faith in Krishna and spiritual master. Let us do something tangible in Calcutta. Hope this will meet you in good health. Ever well wisher, Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Did he give a copy of that letter? Did he give a copy of the letter he sent to Hamilton House? There was a question or something like this.
There was a question, something like this.
I think a little older.
I think a little older.
In any case, I was pretty much alone
In any case, I was pretty much alone
and just receiving guidance from Srila Prabhupada.
and just receiving guidance from Srila Prabhupada.
As I mentioned, this Hamilton House
As I mentioned, this Hamilton house
was next to the Grand Hotel,
was next to the Grand Hotel,
opposite the American Express.
opposite the American Express.
It was on the one corner of the Dalhousie Square,
It was on the one corner of the Dalhousie Square,
which is the principal square in the downtown Calcutta.
which is the principal square in the downtown Calcutta.
On that square, there's the General Post Office
And that's where there's the General Post Office
and the Secretariat,
and the Secretariat,
or the Writers Building,
Writers Building,
where the Chief Minister would sit,
where the Chief Minister would sit,
along with all the other ministers,
along with all the other ministers
and the secretaries,
and the secretaries,
principal secretaries,
principal secretaries,
additional secretaries,
additional secretaries,
joint secretaries,
joint secretaries,
deputy secretaries,
deputy secretaries,
assistant secretaries,
assistant secretaries,
more or less that many.
and more or less.
The section office may have been shifted to another place.
Which section?
The section offices.
The section offices may have been switched to another place.
This was a very prestigious location,
So this was a very prestigious location
and very central.
and very central.
Maybe not Grand Hotel. Maybe it's all Grand. That's on Charangi.
Maybe not Grand Hotel. It may be the Oberoi
Oh
Hotel.
no, Oberoi Grand
Oberoi Grand
is on Charangi
is on Chorangi
Road.
Chorangi Road.
And this is the Great Eastern Hotel or something.
And this was maybe the Great Eastern Hotel or something.
It was like 150 meters from the governor's palace.
It was about 115 meters from the governor's palace.
And it was a very good location.
Anyway, it was a very good location.
So, but all the Hamilton house owners wanted to quickly sell and leave
But all the Hamilton House owners wanted to quickly sell and leave because
of the Naxalites.
of the Maxilites.
They were killing businessmen.
They were killing businessmen.
So it was a life and death for them.
So it was life and death for them.
So some of the Indian businessmen intended to stay.
So some of the Indian businessmen decided to stay,
and some left for Delhi and Bombay.
and some left for Delhi and Bombay.
So these two owners of Hamilton House were British.
So these two owners of Hamilton House were British.
We did a basic check of the title,
We did a basic check of the title,
and it seemed okay.
and it seemed okay.
But the lawyer wanted to further check and recheck,
But the lawyer wanted to further check and recheck.
but probably wanted to buy the land right away.
Prabhupada wanted to buy the land right away.
So I offered him then 6,20,000,
So I offered them 6,20,000.
and Prabhupada had said,
And Prabhupada had said,
but somehow I remember he found out, he got from me what I did.
somehow a life member, he found out, he got from me what I bid.
And I didn't know that he was also in the video.
And I didn't know that he was also in the bidding.
So on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce,
So on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce,
he outdid me.
he outbid me.
And he got Prabhupada rushed in. He wanted to get the place.
Prabhupada rushed in, he wanted to get the place.
He came from the train station by car.
He came from the train station by car.
The lawyer was still saying, no, we should wait, we should check.
The lawyer was still saying, no, we should wait, we should check.
Prabhupada said, no, we'll buy it.
But Prabhupada said, no, we'll buy it.
Then we got to the Hamilton House.
Then we got to Hamilton House
and found out that they'd already given it to this other Chamber of Commerce.
and found out that they had already given it to this other Chamber of Commerce.
Now it's worth crores and crores and crores.
Now it's worth crores and crores and crores.
So we were trying to get by a slight slip we missed.
So we were trying to get it, but by a slight slip we missed it.
Afterwards,
Afterwards,
Prabhupada just he didn't lament over it. He just okay. What's next?
Prabhupada, he didn't lament over it. He just said, okay, what's next?
So after we went to the Ardha Kumbh Mela,
So we went to the Ardha Kumbh Mela,
and afterwards
and afterwards
we came to the 3 Albert Road,
we came to 3 Albert Road,
and we stayed there.
and we stayed there.
So So Prabhupada signed a lease agreement,
So Prabhupada signed a lease agreement,
and that lease was because we purchased it,
and that lease was
changed to purchase agreement.
changed to a purchase agreement.
Now we own the building.
So now we owned the building.
Letter written by Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Jai.
Ijai, Camp, Bagubai Jariwala, Motorcycle Building, Begumpura, Surat, December 17th, 1970. My dear Jayapataka Maharaj, please accept my blessings and offer the same to Madhudivisa Maharaj, Sagar Maharaj and Achyutananda Maharaj, as well as all the other Prabhus there. I am in due receipt of your several letters and telegram dated November 28, December 4th, 5th and 9th, 1970, and have gone over the contents. I have just arrived in Surat from Indore and I have received all of your letters here brought from Bombay. We arrived on the morning of the 16th instant and our reception here is most promising and cordial. You have written that there is some critical remarks about us from some parties. Do not care for it. We do not mind for the dogs barking. Let us go on with our business. If the Hamilton Co. agrees to our terms, send us a telegram and we shall arrange for going there. Any suitable place will do for our staying in Calcutta while completing the transaction. You cannot only offer them 1 lakh, but we can give them 2 lakhs immediately put down on the Hamilton house if they give us immediate possession of the place. They may continue to realize the rental from the present tenants and we shall occupy the first floor. So we shall offer them 1/3 of the total 6 lakhs to take possession and the balance 2/3 of 4 lakhs we shall hand over when the tenants vacate maybe. The other 2 stories. It is good that we secure the place now. Arrangement should be made like that. You go ahead and arrange the meeting with Birlas and Bangurs. And there will certainly be no difficulty for raising the required funds for our Calcutta project. If we have got our place and the support of this big man, I'm sure that I can cut down these nationalite movements. I know how to do it. We have diagnosed the disease and the medicine is Hari Sankirtan and the diet is Krishna Prasadam. With our own place, we can dispense this to the young boys and they will be easily cured. They have already shown their willingness to cooperate. When I was in Calcutta last, and I am sure of this plan to curb their misguided and frustrated activities. Regarding the account with American Express, you should keep the present deposit with them, and if you like them better than the central bank, there is no need at present for opening a new account with the latter. If required in the future, I shall return the papers to you with my signature as per. If there is no difficulty in withdrawing from the American bank, that should be the criteria for keeping the accounts with them. Wherever the money is kept, it must be ready for being withdrawn without any difficulty in either the central bank or the American Express bank. Regarding the business of getting outside business contacts for some industrialist, etc., it appears to be a nice proposal, but you cannot deal with them now. When I come there, I shall see the situation and determine what is to be done in this connection. You have asked some questions of unnecessary sort. Don't bother about these things. It is not our business to give them advice about sterilization and contraception. We are planning to remain here for about 10 days, and our further program is to go to Gorakhpur via Ratlam. I will keep you informed of my movement so that you can reply me to the right address. Hope this will meet you in your good health. Your ever well-wisher, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami. So first, Srila Prabhupada explaining how to take possession of the Hamilton house.
So that was very practical,
Srila Prabhupada was very practical,
and has understanding about the land dealings.
and he has understanding about the land dealings.
His strategy that we take possession
So his strategy that we take possession
and give some sufficient advance.
and give some sufficient advance.
It would have been a good policy
It would have been a good policy
because we would have had the property under our possession.
because we would have had the property under our possession.
But as the deal didn't happen,
But the deal didn't happen.
so this was a detail.
So this was a detail. So this was a detail.
And probably with my experience, I could have succeeded.
And probably with more experience, I could have succeeded.
I was very fresh in India,
But I was very fresh in India.
and I was up against sharks in the ocean.
And I was up against sharks in the ocean.
So hard to get what Prabhupada wanted.
So it was tough and hard to get what Prabhupada wanted.
When I offered 620, they wanted a little more.
When I offered 620, they wanted a little more.
Prabhupada could have closed the deal there and then and deciding on the spot.
Prabhupada could have closed the deal there and then by signing on the spot,
Deciding on
by
it.
deciding on the spot.
But I didn't feel I had the right at that time
But I didn't feel I had the right at that time
to really bargain.
to really bargain.
Tough situation.
So I was in a tough situation.
And although these were two Britishers,
And although these were two Britishers,
they were businessmen.
they were businessmen.
They had spent most of their life in India,
They had spent most of their lives in India,
and they wanted to get a certain income from the property.
and they wanted to get a certain income from the property.
What Prabhupada was saying was just reaching a little late.
So what Prabhupada was saying was just reaching a little late.
Because I sent a letter to Bombay,
Because I sent the letter to Bombay,
and they sent it to Surat,
and they sent it to Surat,
and he answered.
then he answered.
By that time, it was like a week went by.
By that time, it was like a week went by.
So then, these things have to be decided on the moment.
So then these things had to be decided on the moment.
Now, India has a very good mobile phone system.
Now India has a very good mobile phone system.
And you can just phone up, consult by mobile.
And you can just phone up and consult by mobile.
Get immediate guidance.
Get immediate guidance.
In those days, it was by letter.
In those days, it was by letter.
If you had had Madhavanta then,
If we had had Madhavkanta then,
things might have been different.
things might have been different.
I said I had the medicine and the diet.
He said that he had the medicine and the diet.
With this, he could cure the disease.
With this, he could cure the disease.
He had already diagnosed the disease.
He had already diagnosed the disease.
He just needed to give them the medicine and the diet.
He just needed to give them the medicine and the diet.
So the medicine was the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
So the medicine was the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And the diet was Krishna Prasadam.
And the diet was Krishna Prasadam.
In America, he gave them gulab jamuns.
In America, he gave them gulab jamuns.
And in the UK,
And in UK,
he called them the ISKCON bullets.
he called them the ISKCON bullets.
They ate the gulab jamuns.
They'd eat a gulab jamun.
Go right to the heart.
It went right to the heart.
Bhakti Purushottam Swami
So Bhakti Purushottam Swami,
is now preaching to the tribals.
he's now preaching to the tribals.
He said the tribals are very nice people.
He said the tribals are very nice people.
And many of the tribals are initiated devotees.
And many of the tribals are initiated devotees.
So he is also using this medicine and diet.
So he's also using this medicine and diet.
And the medicine I like very much.
And the medicine they like very much.
But Haridas Chaitanya Das, he said that he took the diet of the tribals.
But Haridas Chaitanya Das said that he took the diet of the tribals,
Which was raw bamboo.
which was raw bamboo.
And he said that caused him indigestion.
And he said that caused him indigestion.
Because you require a very good digestion to digest bamboo.
Because it required a very good digestion to digest bamboo.
But certainly this will be highly appreciated
But certainly this is being highly appreciated
by the tribals taking up Krishna consciousness.
by the tribals taking up Krishna consciousness.
Next is about Prabhupada just explaining about how you should use the keeping an account with American Express and Central Bank. He said that whichever it's easier to withdraw the money, that's what we should go about. And that's it mainly. And regarding the contact for some industrialists, he said it's a nice proposal and we'll deal with that later.
So Srila Prabhupada wanted to understand directly
Srila Prabhupada wanted to understand directly
from this businessman.
from this businessman.
Uh, so he said, hold that till I get in Calcutta.
So he said, hold that till I get into Calcutta.
And he mentioned two names in the letter
And he mentioned two names in the letter
that I get donation from.
to get donation from.
Virlas and Bongors.
Birlas and
Bongor.
Bongors.
These are the two very preeminent families
These are two very preeminent families
which are quite noted for their business acumen.
which are quite noted for their business acumen.
So the Virlas were industrialists.
So the Birlas were industrialists.
They had made the ambassador car and different cars.
They had made the ambassador car and different cars.
And they not sure exactly what the Bongors do. Maybe
I'm not sure exactly what the Bongors do. Maybe
jute mills,
maybe jute mills.
but they're also a very reputed family.
But they're also a very reputed family.
So they have become our first life members.
So they had become first life members.
And what was the third question? Huh?
Central Bank.
Oh. Just like Prabhupada had said, utility is the principle.
Just like Prabhupada had said, utility is the principle.
So the bank is good to keep the money if you can get it out.
If the bank is good, you can keep the money. If you can get it out.
So he was saying that for us, American bank or Central India bank,
So for us, he was saying that the American Express Bank or the Central Bank,
it's all more or less the same.
it's all more or less the same.
Whichever works for depositing or drawing,
It's similar. It's
whichever works for withdrawing.
whichever works for withdrawing.
When they need the money, we should be able to get it out.
When we need the money, we should be able to get it out.
So he was very practical on that.
So he was very practical on that.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,